Welcome to Sweet Tea Channeling. I'm Debbie Pokornik, and this lovely lady with me is our gifted channeler, Susan Hoskins. Since June of 2023, we have been helping to bring heaven to earth through these weekly Zoom calls where we receive a channeling and then over the next few weeks break it down into bite-sized chunks, playing with it in the stream of consciousness. While doing this, we are striving to envision how that nugget would look in Hoomadhi, the heavenly reality we are creating right here, right now. The intent is to keep these calls short, sweet, and sacred. With that in mind, we have already opened sacred space for us all, but suggest you take a moment to call in your spirit guides so you can easily zero in on the aspects of this message most relevant in your current reality. All right, today's channeled nugget is from the Sweet Tea channeling that aired on November 17th. Every soul has chosen their life experience, not necessarily to achieve great things, but to learn more about themselves and experience greater levels of love, compassion, and empathy.
I love that one. I love them all.
Yes,
But
yes, I do as well.
this one really resonates in ways because we're conditioned to believe that we're here to achieve great things, and that may indeed be true. But aren't we here really just to learn more about ourselves and express more of who we really are?
Yes. So when we think about that in terms of, all right, how do we live this in Humadi? I mean, it really opens us up, I think, to contemplating, all right, what is it that I want to express more of for myself? Like, I think we've talked quite a bit about compassion and you getting the tap on the shoulder, and hopefully people have seen some of those videos where we talk about it. But finding out, okay, where is the area? What is the thing that I need to do a little bit more work on, whether that be love, compassion, empathy. And of course, those opportunities come up numerous times a day. At least they
Oh,
do in my world. Yeah.
they do in mine as well. And the other thing I'm really struck by is that we as a society have been conditioned to believe that to prove our own value, we must succeed. And that's defined in many ways, what that means, how prosperous you are or what you have. And what I'd love to just share is for anybody who's watching this now is most of us who dive into this beautiful spiritual exploration of love and adventure begin to focus far more on who we are instead of what we achieve or what we do. And that just feels very good for us to remember about ourselves and to share with other people. That's
Mhm.
far more important than anything you might do in life. It's
Yes.
just your being.
Yeah. And to me, it feels like a, um, a huge sense of relief, really, because it isn't about how much money you make or what your job title is or where you live or how your clothes look or anything. It is about, how do I feel as a person? Is my heart full? Am I treating that other person the way not just how I would like to be treated, but how I believe all beings deserve to be treated? All of those pieces become so much more important when you're living from that place of an open heart.
Oh, I agree so much. When you're living from that other place of achievement and success, there is no amount that's enough.
Mhm.
No amount that's enough. But when we're living from our heart and humadi and being the best we are in this moment, that just feels so good. And in that moment, it is enough.
Yes, yes. And so this particular channeling was, of course, focused on difficult situations or dealing with difficult people. And there is another piece in there that really feels like it accentuates this idea that when you open your heart to another and come from a place of compassion, you will see them soften as they feel that connection without you needing to say a word. And so what comes up for me there is that whole idea of, this person is disagreeing with you, or they're giving off angry vibes, or, somehow making you not feel good. And by just taking that moment and saying, okay, what is it I need? Oh, compassion, opening your heart to it, um, you will notice a difference. And to me, that feels like a really beautiful place to live, where all the control, if you will, kind of comes back to you and how compassionate you're feeling to that other person.
I love it. And we've talked about before that sometimes when we see someone behaving in a way that is offensive to us, that we'd like to get mad about, how much it helps if I just go, what is this individual attempting to show me about me? What aspect of me can I relate to? And it always goes back, almost always, to something that happened with the wounded child that maybe makes me, because I was Susie with pigtails. And as my wounded child, man, I was a fighter. You don't say mean things to me or I'll hit you with an ice ball. And so,
It's hard
and
to
that,
imagine, but okay.
oh no, that was me. And I'm realizing even as we're saying this, that was coming from a place of not feeling good enough about myself. So by gosh, I better be tough and mean before somebody's mean to me. So thank you for
Yes.
this discussion, because that helps me now. I've got somebody in my mind that I dealt with who came across as very arrogant and like that. And wow, that would have been me. That would have been the
Mm,
fighter little Susie, because she doesn't think she's good enough or loved.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. And this ties so perfectly into another nugget that we are going to discuss, that I think we're going to end here on that teaser. But no, there is more about little Susie coming up.
Oh boy.
Ready to join us live on these calls? Send us an email at info.hoomadhi, that's HOOMADHI @gmail.com. We'd love to have you play with us.